to India now, where the funeral has been held for the former Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. He died on Thursday, aged 92, and is widely seen as the architect of the country's economic liberalization.
The funeral of the veteran Indian leader began in the streets of the capital, Delhi, with armed guards and members of the security services walking alongside the procession. His casket was then transferred to Congress Party headquarters, where mourners also paid tribute to the former Prime Minister, who was known for his mild manners and for putting India's economy on a new path.
This is a big loss to the country. I feel that no one can replace him, his thoughts and his vision. He used to speak less, but his talent and his actions used to speak louder than his words.
His mortal remains then began their final journey to the cremation site on a truck, also carrying opposition leader Rahul Gandhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who called Singh one of the country's most distinguished leaders, was present at the proceedings, alongside family members, politicians and government officials. Singh was given the last rites and a ceremonial salute by his security detail before being cremated in line with tradition. To mark Singh's passing, India has declared 7 days of mourning.
We can cross to Delhi now and speak to Manoj Joshi, a former political editor at the Times of India and now a distinguished fellow at the Observer Research Foundation. Welcome to DW. Manmohan Singh has been described as kind and humble and a distinguished leader. How will you remember him?
Well, he was all those things. I would remember him as that he is the person who transformed India, meaning the India I know, the India that I live in, it moved away from the thraldom of socialism, and he unleashed, the animal spirits of the Indian middle class and the Indian entrepreneurs. And his term was the term in which Indian economy grew at the highest rate it has since the independence.
Tell us more about his rise to power. What kind of politician was he, and how has he helped shape modern India?
Well, he was the kind of politician who had very clear ideas about what he wanted. But he was at the same time a person, so on one hand, he could see the importance of liberalization, market reforms, etc. But at the same time, he understood the consequences of that. And one of the important programs that began in his tenure was that of a rural employment guarantee scheme for the poor people. That is to ensure a certain level of social welfare in the rural countryside. And of course, as far as his economic policies are concerned, we're all quite familiar with those. And of course, one of the key foreign policy achievements was the India-US nuclear deal. Now, most people see this nuclear deal as something to do with energy. But the way I see it is that it was not energy, but it was a transformation. It was needed. We needed this deal because the nuclear issue was stuck in the Indo-American throats like a pill, and you had to either cough it out or swallow it. Because of the nuclear issue, we were under all kinds of embargoes, all kinds of technology restrictions. So there was a limit to the kind of relationship we could have with the United States and with the West. But because of this deal, and for which something Dr. Manmohan Singh deserves 100% credit, because of this deal, we swallowed this pill. And as a result of which, today, we have the Indo-US relations are flourishing, especially in the security area.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that Singh's life will always serve as a lesson for future generations. I have about a minute left. What can people in India learn from Manmohan Singh?
Well, I would say integrity. Integrity is an extremely important thing out here. Humility, intelligence, credibility, credible leadership that he provided, influenced many world bodies like the G20, East Asia Summit, world leaders like President Obama, President Mahathir today, Prime Minister Mahathir today of Malaysia, who spoke about how he was helpful at the time when he was in prison in Malaysia. So all these are things, facets that were not known at the time. But I think overall was his human approach to leadership.
Thank you very much, Manoj Joshi, former political editor at the Times of India.